All right, what's up? Just got a box in. Just wanted to show you. Got these new gaskets, the foam kind. So that's for the two vintage tees, actually. I'm gonna be popping those in there, and then I got two types of battery retainers. The cheap 3D printed plastic ones. Wow, that's trippy. Definitely cheap, but. And I got the carbon fiber ones. So they were both cheap. And they both came today. I'll show you what the carbon fiber ones look like too, actually. And I'll make a decision on which ones I want. Do these go through the hole? Sometimes these are too fat. And they are. They're too fat to go in the hole. Which is fine. I'll use these body clips for something else. Right over here, I got some skinny ones. Let's try this one. A bunch of E-clips. Everyone loves E-clips, don't you? I'm gonna put these in here. I'm gonna go get the carbon fiber ones. All right, so we went and got the bag of parts. It's got the associated RC10 extras that I bought. The white and black, different angles of the rear mounts. Maybe I didn't get the carbon fiber ones. I just got too many of these. Interesting. I either A, accidentally ordered 2 bags, or B, they shipped me too many. I'm not sure which. I'll have to look at my account. I think I ordered all these, but maybe I'll post these on eBay and sell them singles plus shipping, you know, for that. And you guys can buy them off me. Aim this camera a little better so you can see the whole table. So yeah, rear arm mounts. You gotta have extra parts. I got extra hubs, extra uprights, extra arms, front and rear, for most of my stuff, actually. And then the gaskets again, yeah, for the RC10Ts, for the stealth transmission. You know, they come with the felt gaskets. These are the upgraded foam ones. They just look nicer and they don't get all ragged. Why can't you have a runner that also has nice parts on it, right? It looks good, but that's why I choose the functional parts. I don't really buy the aluminum stuff for the shelf. I buy stuff that's functional. Maybe it's upgraded, but I run it. I run that stuff. All right. I'm just going to dump these in here too. You can never have too many extra body clips, honestly. Am I right? Or am I right? And then, so we've got the clip here. Just wanted to make sure this pin fits in the little tiny ass hole that are on these. And it does. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to clear off this RC10 so I can work on the homegrown Traxxas. I might use this pinion for the Traxxas actually. This is garbage. I'm going to put all this in here. And I do have an original. Interestingly. Let's put this wheel on so we don't lose it. The washers and the front wheel is the only one I have to worry about. So I'm going to fish out the little, what do you call these? The original spinner hub, which I painted silver, and the silver paint is coming off. Can't aim this camera. The paint's coming off. I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna just put nuts all around, because now that I'm missing the front one, that's when I wrecked it, I lost it, so it's gone. But these still thread up good and everything. This is nice. Okay. And yeah, I lost those. Oh, I wasn't running washers, was I? Maybe. Maybe not. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna put this on the shelf till the rest of my parts come. This thing's gonna be fun and fast. I'm gonna make it run good because it's not just a shelf clean. Okay. All right. Do up this bag. This goes off to the side, and the wheel just went flying. Yeah, the axle broke. That's insane. I didn't even hit it that hard. It's just brittle. So I want to show you this thing. This thing is trippy. This is kind of a homegrown. It is a Kyosho chassis, but the front and rear bulkheads are off a Traxxas Hawk. The driveline, the gearbox, the wheels and tires, the body is all Traxxas Hawk. And me and my buddy kind of engineered it, retrofit it. And look at the servo. It comes out the bottom. Let's see if I can get a good shot. See how it comes out the bottom, and it actually works. It actually is functional. It totally works. And it's mounted through the chassis, and it is rigged. I gotta do a little work on that, but I was gonna just see what I could do with the motor. See? I mean, that's on there. This tranny works and runs. I'm just gonna mount this. Yeah. Just kind of mess with it. Put these guys. Oh, I'm out of washers, basically. Out of washers, which sucks. I used them all up. I'd like to get some more. That sucks. I need these little ones. And I'm out. Let's see what's in here. Just need one more. Maybe I got one that I can use for now. It's plastic. I need this one. Yeah, I found it. I found one. And here, Ari in the background, yelling away. I like to hang out with my RC personalities while I'm working on my RCs. All right, what do we got here? What do we got? Where? Okay, here's my tool. Which bit is this? It's this one, I think. Yep. Oh yeah, that's tubing, fuel tubing. So, kind of loosely get this in here. Oh, I need a washer. The washer helps it stay in, and you don't need Loctite. I'm not going to be putting a lot of power on this, so I'm going to develop it and test it for a minute, so I'm not going to use Loctite right now. If I was going to run a ton of power, yeah, I'd switch it, put some Loctite in there for sure. Should probably take this tire off. But I don't think I'm going to need to. So yeah, Traxxas Hawk, bulkheads, driveline, Kyosho alloy chassis. You see that? So it's a and the body mounts are Traxxas Hawk, and I actually got the body to fit. I measured it out and we rigged it up. It's pretty cool, and it does function and work. At one time I had this thing running, but I had to steal the bearings and the ESC out of it for another development project. The Kyosho that I rebuilt, I actually rebuilt a Kyosho Ultima, an original, given to me by Travis Braggs back in the day. All right, so here's the receiver I pulled out of the RC10. I put a new one in that one, 2.4 gigahertz. This is the one that's garbage, that has no range, but it's going to be enough to test this thing with. So let's see what Molexes we have on here. Figure out a mounting point. 1 to turn, 2 to burn. It is the correct Molex, obviously. Battery is going to go here horizontally, and this is going to go right here. So we got to clean this up a little. Get this old tape off, and we'll mount it. Because why not? Ah, this is a nightmare. Sorry. And the puppet thing is funny. I don't know. I mean, I get it, but I kind of don't get it. But it's funny, so whatever. It's mindless. He's having fun. I respect YouTubers that put themselves out there and just do what they like, what they want to do, and just have fun with it and not take it too seriously. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not going to take this too seriously, but this is one of my favorite hobbies that I have, and I naturally gravitate toward making content. Obviously, I work on music a lot, but the RC community is very forgiving. I mean, people check out my run videos and say nice things and cool comments, and you know, I'm not a snob, and there are some RC snobs out there, I suppose, but for the most part, the RC community is very forgiving. And I come from, I don't just produce, guys. I'm a finance and business manager as my real day job, which I'm blessed to be able to do that. But I've been professionally producing and mixing for a while now. So I am technically a professional. I'm published and ASCAP'd, and I work with other published and ASCAP'd artists, and so I'm naturally gravitate towards being a content creator, and but I'm not going to take the RC thing seriously. But guess what? When I can do a run video and put my own music on it, and it gets a couple hundred views, plus whatever else it's going to get, who knows? I'm not expecting much. I'm not expecting this channel to blow up or pop off necessarily, but when those run videos get views and my music's in it, guess what? People check out my music, and I've gotten compliments, nice soundtrack, you know what I mean? And I'm getting accredited plays on the videos for the music as well simultaneously. So there's a couple guys that do that, like AJ Jams. He's a musician. He puts his own music in his own vids, and so he's double dipping like me. That dude's cool. I like AJ. You guys like AJ Jams? Yeah, he's a musician. I've tried to figure out what state he's in, and I can't figure it out. It's almost like he's in Colorado or something. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe he's somewhere in the Midwest. It's really hard to tell where he is. I just like to know geographically where people are, you know. Ari's in Long Island, and or a suburb of, you know. He's from New York, you know. You can hear it in his accent. Tom Lee's in the UK. And then, of course, Kevin Talbot was in the UK, in the same area as Tom Lee, but he moved to the Isle of Man. My mastering engineer, Trevor Noakes, Trevor Noakes Music Ltd. Shout out, Trevor. What's up? He is in the UK. Cambridgeshire? Somewhere like that. This thing's jacked. And yeah, so I have ties with the UK through Trevor, and I noticed and had a conversation with Trevor about the RC community in the UK. It's popping off out there. It's really popular in the UK. There's so many content creators out there, and so many tracks, and tons of events in the UK. There's nothing around me Used to be a track in North Ogden. Yeah, I'm in Davis County, Utah, for those who don't know. Davis County, Utah, it's a suburb of, it's just right outside of Salt Lake County. So I'm 20 minutes from Salt Lake City, but I am on the south end of Davis County, Farmington. Grew up in Layton, which is in the middle of Davis County. It's a cool area. Davis County is great. We're half hour from one of the best world-class ski resorts in the state called Snow Basin. Used to be a secret. Now freaking everybody goes there and it's crowded as hell. I patrolled there for 10 years. 1995 to 2005, I was a ski patroller. I wanted to find a way to get paid to ski because I was a ski bum. This was in my 20s. Through the majority of my 20s till I was, I think, 31. So I must have started, maybe 32. I must have started when I was 21. Yeah. So did the Olympics. I was on the elite race patrol team with a few buddies of mine, Chad Cooper, Brandon Courtney. We had a killer team. Dave Knight, yeah, Chris Scott, Jeff Hershey, Brian Height, and a few others. It was a killer experience. Doing the Olympics, met Peekaboo Street, partied with her in Park City. It was fun. Got paid to ski for 10 years of my life and had the time of my life. During the summer, I was a year-round employee. I ran a split body loader and built mountain biking trails because I'm also a mountain biker, and that's what you do around here. The outdoor stuff is just killer. We have some of the best recreation out here, and everybody's moving here from California. And it's getting crowded here now too. And I was lucky to get this house when I did, right before COVID, because there's no way I could afford it now. The prices are ridiculous out here now. But my wife and I scored this house thanks to my buddy Brandon Courtney, who is a real estate agent. And we sold my house in Layton and scored this one. And it's a freaking nice house. I'd show you with the camera, but this is my studio too. On that end of the room is my studio. The control room at least, and then the band room is down the hall. The rehearsal sound room is down the hall. So this is where a lot of the production music happens and is created and is mixed in my control room. So just to give you a little history, a little background. I enjoy it. Like I said, we published 6 albums. I would say last year, but the final one, number 6, came out this year. We started it last year, so in a span of 12 months, last February 2023 to, no, February 2024 to March of 2025, 6 albums. And they're all full-length albums, so that, if any of you know anything about production, that's a lot of work. That's a ton of production and mixing and tracking and working with artists and communication and getting them mastered by Trevor Noakes, and it's a lot of work. Fun work. It doesn't feel like work so much. It's more like experiences. You know, you're having experiences. It doesn't feel like work. I was talking to my friend Billy. Man, seems like a lot of work, and it is, but those late nights you're staying up tracking, I mean, you're having fun. You're having experiences with friends and musicians, and so it goes by in the blink of an eye, and it doesn't necessarily seem like work. The data entry when you're going to publish and the final mixing, that's kind of seems like work, because anytime you go get to crunch time, it's work. But for the most part, it's having fun and experiencing things with people, cool people usually. Once in a while you get a bad egg, but it goes with anything in your profession, you know. But I try to, for the most part, I try really hard to get along with everyone, because when you work with musicians, as I do, they're different type of people. There's ego involved, and there's people have visions, their own vision of what they want something to sound like, and so, you know, that comes into play, and people sometimes get too precious with their ideas, and so there's a constant kind of force between facilitating communication and what the artist sees in their head and what I see in mine and build. And I did. Hopefully made him proud. Check this out. This thing is gonna fit in everything. Like I say, I'm just gonna kind of maybe line up some electronics for it. I'll use the ones that I ripped out of the RC10. I got a couple options actually, but I'm putting this torquey motor. It's 12 turn. It's slow though. But it could handle anything I put at it. It'll handle a lipo no problem. So let's get the gear mesh. Can you see this? Not really, but get a gear mesh going just for funsies. Tighten it down. Uh-oh. Dude, these button heads freaking strip out easy. I hate them. And now that bit is gone to garbage. That kind of sucks. I hate stripping out all my bits. I got a tool kit lined out on Amazon for like 12 bucks, some hard pressure treated stuff. You know, the little Allens starts at like 0.05 and goes up to 3, I think. Okay, dude. We got a motor in. We got a motor in. All right. I got a bunch of spurs, different assortments, adapters. There's the other 87 tooth off the RC10T. So this is pretty sick, dude. Kind of stoked about this. Bag of parts, and then here we got stuff, all kinds of stuff. So I think I'm gonna use this one again, and the problem is I only really have one receiver, and I wonder if it's even the right Molex style. Let's go see. Da-da-da-da-da, you know? So that's gonna go there, simply. By the way, I wanna mount this somewhere. I'll figure out where to mount it. There is a thing right about here on the top. So when I get close to kind of being ready to run and test this thing, I can go like this and then figure out where it wants to mount. In fact, I can see it now. There's a hole there too. I could mount it right there. I could mount that right there. Dunk. That'd be perfect. This might even be off this thing. See if we can get a, I don't need a long screw. See if we can get a screw for this thing. Let's go a little longer now. Let's go maybe this long. Yeah, that'll work. Just kind of want to get some of this lined out today while I'm off, you know. So I'm left-handed, but I'm a drummer and a left-handed drummer. So I'm ambidextrous, technically. So I can screw with my right hand. I can, that sounded funny. I can do things with my right hand. I'm not totally limited to just being left-handed because I'm very, very much ambidextrous. Which is why I'm screwing this in with my right hand. Thought you guys should know. Okay. Oh, dude, this bit is already shot. This sucks. That sucks. This bit. It's one that came with this stand kit. It sucks. So, I should have ran this first, but I think I can get it. Maybe. Yeah. There you go. Just gonna have to run this up through here. I don't know if it'll come out the top. It doesn't need to though, it's fine. I just love RCs. I've been into this for a long time. Got my first RC when I was like 10. It was one of those black Corvettes that only went forward and then turned in reverse. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. You've seen them. Then I got when I was like 12, I got a turbo hopper. I loved that thing. Ran the living crap out of that thing. Then when I was like the next year, 13 or maybe 14, I got a Golden Arrow. And that thing was mind-blowing for the time. It was pretty fast, actually. Pretty damn fast. It was impressive. And I ran the living shit out of that thing and actually went to the mall because I had worn out the tires, talked to the guy at Radio Shack, and ordered special another set of tires because I completely wore the knobbies out. So I was able to replace the tires still. They had them in the catalog. And I got a set and then ran those tires out bald. I ended up using it for spare parts to fix some other stuff, but that thing I had forever and it ran forever and ever and ever. It was fun. It was a good car. Then I got the RC10T, my first RC10T kit, and I built it. And it was amazing. Look at that. This is cool. Where do we mount the speed control, guys? When I got the RC10T kit, I never looked back. I was hooked on kits and hobby level RC cars. Then I built an HPI RS4. Then I built an HPI RS4 MT218SS. Ah, this sucks. And what else? Built this somewhere in there. Got the RC10, built that. Rebuilt it, rebuilt the RC10T, got another RC10T parts donor truck to rebuild the original RC10T, the Blackie, and it's a silver pan with white parts, but when it came, it was almost complete, and I liked it so much that I just ended up building it out. Just ordered a few parts. That's what I was talking about in the other video. I'm gonna get some run footage of that like super soon, maybe even tomorrow if the weather gets better, because right now it is raining outside, which is why we're on the bench fixing stuff, working on stuff. Let me get this cleaned up and I'll be right back. Okay, I finally kind of figured out where to mount the speed control. You guys are gonna laugh. It's gonna be a little ridiculous. This will be temporary, because if I like this thing and get it running, you know what I'll do. That's right, put brushless in it. Because why not? Jeremy Polson was the dude that donated the Hawk. I showed him a picture of it the other day. An old friend of mine, he was surprised I even still had it. He's like, I thought that thing would be in a landfill somewhere by now. I'm like, you know me, I hold on to everything. I don't throw anything away. I'm a pack rat, an organized pack rat, as you could see in the studio. Him and his brother, we grew up with, the Polsons. We lost Ryan in like 1997 or 8. He died, but fun dudes, man. Had a blast. Miss hanging out with Jeremy too. We used to run RC cars together. That's right, I got my RC10T and he had his Traxxas Hawk, and we ran them and wrenched on them together and messed around. We used to go rappel up at Adams Canyon. That was fun. He had ropes and harnesses, and we'd go up there to Skull Rock and rappel off Skull Rock. That's pretty sick, actually. A lot of fun. I kind of tuck that in there. I'm putting it right here because I gotta have it out of the way of the battery, and it can be temporary, but I need access to the controls. And this is the only flat spot that's out of the way of the battery. Wouldn't fit here because then the heat sink would, no matter which way I oriented it, would be in the way to the battery that slides in through here. So I kind of had to do it this way for now, but it's fine. It'll be okay. So there's that. There's for the battery. This is kind of wonky, but it'll work, right? I'll have to zip tie that out of the way. I mean, this thing is close to being runnable. I mean, I got the suspension, and I rebuilt all the shocks are all rebuilt. I gotta sort the servo situation out. This is wonky as hell. I have to figure that out. It's not good. But what do you do? It's a homegrown, you know? No, seriously, for a homegrown, this thing's pretty badass. It's gonna rip. It's not gonna rip, but it's gonna be fun. That's what it's gonna be. Okay. Where should we put the switch? Just kind of like right here, or what? Got to keep it out of the way of the battery, but yeah, why not? Just right there is fine, right? This side is smoother. some racing. Ari and friends. I'd totally hang out with those guys if I lived out there back east. We in the West. And nobody in Utah wants to go organize anything or run. I don't know. I don't know any of the RC community out here, which is a bummer. I used to back in the day. I worked at 5 Points. There was a track there, carpet track. But I don't know anybody anymore. I got a buddy, Ryan Lewis, that runs RCs. He's got a 5th scale buggy. I think can't remember exactly. It might be a Baja, an HPI Baja. I can't remember what it is exactly. We're gonna go get some run footage of it though when the weather gets good. We talked about that. So that'll be fun. I'll get some Baja buggy footage. And I'll get some, we're going to have to go to the up in the mountains to do that, and I'll get some footage of the Team Associated MT2 V2 up there as well while we're at it. Because I know some places to go run that thing. There's some big old berms and some hits and jumps and rollers and fun stuff to go play on. Okay. So there you go. We'll get some bench test footage of this too, but for now, basically, this is all I wanted to do, except figure out this thing. And I'm not sure why that's so loose, but it's freaking loose. It's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even have a tool that reached that far to tighten it, which was the problem from the beginning, you know. None of my tools fit this thing. Well, this kind of does, kind of. I'm gonna end up having to resort this servo situation. But the last time I had this thing plugged in, this servo worked. So I just wanted it testable, you know. Actually, I just kind of got that to tighten up a little. I should Loctite it. Yeah, I got that. Now this one's loose too. I don't even know if the servo will have enough torque to turn it anymore. There's a lot of resistance too. It's not. Oh, interesting. I see what I did. I should have put a block under it. All right, well, I'll resort that later. So basically, for now, it's, check it out. So that's not in the best place, but so it's fine. It's a homegrown. So let's call it a rat rod number 2, shall we? Check it out. Electronics. Is this one broken? But I don't know what I did there. Maybe is there only, oh yeah, there's 3. So I drilled another hole. There you go. There you go. Because that body mount was broken. So I put a tiny little hole in there. So there you go. The homegrown Traxxas Hawk / Kyosho chassis. Planning on this video being this long, but I have function with all the test equipment. I have function. This is amazing. This thing hasn't ran in 30 years, honestly. 30 years, straight up. Can't wait to show this to Jeremy. Servo still works, and it's not bad at all. I had to crank the steering trim all the way down. I hope it tracks fairly straight, whatever. The rear shocks are in the very outside hole mount, and they're dropped too far. I need to do some shock limiting to bring that up a little, and it would run smoother, you know, because just limiting the shocks for the drivetrain to be more sensible would be better. See how good that runs? So we're gonna get some run footage of this son of a bitch here soon, man. This thing is operating. It's so cool. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I think Jeremy painted this body. Yeah, I'm quite sure Jeremy painted this body. It's just that he may have done it with his dad, which is cool, you know. But they did a good job. The windows are tinted. They did some trim color. The gold there, see? The bottom's gold. And there's metallic flake in this paint. They did a good job on the body, for sure. They masked the windows off nice and tinted them. This is a better job of painting than I would have been able to do back then. I've gotten a little better now, but dude, it's like, you know, it's painting. So there you go. Dude, this thing's running. This is awesome. Okay, Donatello's Workshop, full effect, yo. Yep, awesome. The Traxxas Hawk / Kyosho hybrid homegrown is fully functioning. Okay, talk to you soon, guys.